Hello and welcome back to another figure review. Today we got the Horsemen Headless Horseman figure review. This figure I didn't know existed until I was looking for good figures to look for Halloween. I found this. As a big fan of the Headless Horseman, I thought this would be a great figure to have to the collection. This is their green variation with the flames. They have the orange original. It's hard to find, so this one is still on Big Bad Toy Store. I'll put a link down below for you guys to look at them and maybe get them if you want to after this review. We will see. The box looks fantastic. I've never seen a box look like this before. It gets right to the point. The art looks amazing. It just shows what the figure is going to look like. It's a great piece there. Getting around to the side of the box, just more of the basic artwork. Same thing on the back, which I love the artwork on the back of this box. It shows the horseman with the head, the pumpkin, and the horse looks fantastic. Side of the box, again, just shows the headless horseman picture with the pumpkin with some writing on the bottom and going back around to the front. What's cool about this is it's got magnets on the front, and it's kind of like a slip over sleeve, except it's a full-on display. Taking that off, we get a good look at the figure with his accessories, but this is like a legit display like chunk, so you can put your figure in front of this for display. Fantastic. I love the artwork. It's got good material on it. So let's get him out of that box and take a closer look at him. And here is the figure out of the box, and I will say he looks awesome. The horse looks phenomenal, and the accessories look really good. Speaking of accessories, we will get the horseman's sword, his main weapon of choice. Paint application and detail looks really good for it. Very plain and simple, but looks good. His hands do include two pairs of open hands, as in gesturing hands. Application looks good on the paint. It's going to have three sets of the closed hands for grabbing. He's going to have his head holding hand, which we'll get to later. And that's for his two sets of heads. He will also get this neck piece. I'll show you how that works here in a minute. That is for that figure. And then we will also get the flaming head, which looks good with that application on the translucent for the green flames. The pumpkin looks phenomenal, just really good. Last up is the horse's mane. This is another figure for that horse, and he looks good. And going over the details on the horse, he looks amazing, like I said. They nailed the proportions on the horse phenomenal. The detailing on the horse with the mane, the saddle, all of the equipment on him. He looks amazing. You can see some of where the lines are for the back of the legs, though with a horse like this, sometimes you have to take liberties with the articulation on the figure. And again, he looks phenomenal. Heading over to our main guy, the Headless Horseman. Again, he looks awesome. The head sculpt and all looks phenomenal, along with the paint application on him. The cape is full-on cloth, as you can tell. There's no bending wire or anything in there. He looks great, along with the application of his armor and all. Let's take the cape off, and this is what he looks like without the cape. We'll see more detail on the armor and the suit he wears. The back, I'm not sure what those holes are for. I don't even know what they're for, but the satchels and all look good, along with his legs, boots, and the straps for the boots and the armor on the boots. He looks really good. So going on to articulation, we'll start with our good man, the Headless Horseman. He's going to have a head joint at the head. There's no articulation up and down. That's for the head, and that's on purpose. Arms, you're going to have a swing motion up and down. No T-pose on this figure, unfortunately. You'll have a bend at each elbow and a ball wrist joint for the wrists, as you can see. Very NECA. He's going to have the single ball joint at the waist. You could get some good crunches out of him. Legs, you're going to have kicking motion, some spread. That's for the horse. You're going to have a bend at the knee and a ball joint hinge at the foot as well. Good articulation for that figure. Next up is the horse. This guy I'm actually very interested in. And you're going to have the basic motions, as you can tell. The hinges at the base of the leg, the knee, and the hoof are all going to be ratchet hinge, so you get lots of articulation. back, you're going to get more swing motion at the back. You could have all the same as the front. And as I mentioned before, you can see where it takes liberty with the back of the horse. So this is how the head and the neck all work. You're going to pop that head off, and that's the neck joint that's going to come on and off of that head. The collar is on a peg that it's tight, and that pops on and off. That's how you get the cape on, and how you get some of the other accessories on. So you're going to grab your little neck piece with that great detailing and all, and that's going to go right on that peg. You want to put the collar on first. That's kind of a big thing here. Put that collar on first, then the peg for the neck, or the articulated head peg as well. And that is that for the head. Same thing, we're going to take the collar off, which is tight. This is going to be a thing for new figures. They're all going to be really tight. You don't have to wiggle them. Just be careful and make sure not to break it. You're going to take off the little stump. You're going to grab your head and your cape. The cape does not have anything to hold it on. It just slides on just like that. And you're going to put your collar back on. The collar just holds the cape on just enough that will give you enough room to move the figure and move the collar and the cape around, which looks phenomenal. The hand piece has the same peg as the main head. You're going to grab whatever head. I'm going to choose the flaming head. You can see that you just press it on until you hear it snap in, and it will just hold that head in place for the figure. And then sending with the hand will just slide in with the sword, just like any NECA figure or anything like that. It will just be a nice slide in, and it'll just be popped in and out just like the figure, like a NECA figure or Marvel Legends figure. Here he is up on his horse. Like I said, he does sit on the horse. Little feet do just slide into those saddle reins really good. There's a few downsides to this figure. One, when I got him, he's super loose at the legs. Just by wiggling him around like this, he's very loose. That might be able to be fixed. Another thing is, when I'm playing with him and moving stuff, the cuffs at his gloves, the paint's starting to take off. You can see the white underneath, which is slightly in kind of a big letdown. For a $150 figure, it's kind of a big letdown, but not that big. The horse's mane is going to be a pop-on, pop-off type of thing. You're going to take the old one off, the main one. You can see the pegs there. And same thing with that one. You can see the pegs on it. You can see the motion of how the mane's supposed to go on. Just line up the pegs, and you just press it down. It's a nice tight fit, and it looks good. You could do the same thing, as I mentioned, with the one. Overall, this is a good figure. Overall, this is a good figure. Besides some of the letdowns, this is a awesome figure for any Halloween fan, any collector, or anyone that's a big fan of the Headless Horseman. For one of the only Headless Horseman articulated figures on the market, besides some of the letdowns I have with mine, it's a great figure. Detailing on him is great. The horse is amazing. And what accessories you do get, they are really good. They're not the greatest, but they make the figure what it is. I would give this figure, with all of its little letdowns, I would give it a 7 out of 10 on my rating. You may have different with yours, and that's what it is. If you do like this review, don't forget to like and subscribe. Comment down below if you have any other horror figures you want me to look at. I do have some on pre-order that are supposed to be coming in hopefully October, which is the Pumpkinhead articulated figure, the Alien Romulus NECA figure, and I believe it is the Crypt Werewolf figure. Those are all supposed to be coming in. I know the Romulus isn't supposed to be in for a couple months now, but those are the figures coming in. If you have any suggestions of other figures I should look at, let me know down in the comment section below, and I'll see you next time. Bye!